You're probably feeling pretty safe right now, right? Snuggled up on your couch, maybe. But what if I told you that not too long ago, the very place you call home, well, it was actively trying to kill you? So, what's your biggest household problem right now? Is it this? That dreaded buffering wheel just spinning endlessly while you're trying to binge your favorite show? Man, what a modern frustration, huh? Or maybe it's this old classic, that single, high-pitched chirp that always seems to go off at 3 a.m. It's so annoying, right? Makes you want to rip it right off the ceiling. Okay, hold on to that feeling, because we need a little perspective here. So we're gonna hit rewind. And I mean, we're going way back. We're flying past dial-up, past black and white TV, past your grandparents, even their grandparents. We're zipping past the 18th century, where your fancy powdered wig could just burst into flames if you got too close to a candle. And we're gonna land right next to some distant ancestor whose main worry for the day wasn't a spotty connection, but trying not to become an afternoon snack for something with really, really big teeth. Yeah, you're safe. They were not. And this brings us to a really mind-bending idea. The only reason you're here today is because an unbroken line of your ancestors somehow managed to survive all the terrible, toxic things they willingly put inside their own houses. All right, let's dive into our first section. And we're starting with a design choice that was so unbelievably bad, it turned beautiful dream homes into elegant, custom-built gas chambers. No joke. So back in the 19th century, there was this one color that was the absolute height of fashion. It was called Paris green. Everyone had to have it. It was vibrant, beautiful, a real status symbol. But the secret ingredient, the thing that made it pop, a massive dose of arsenic. And here's the crazy part. In those damp, musty Victorian homes, the moisture would react with the wallpaper paste. And then the wallpaper would literally start breathing out toxic arsenic gas. People had no idea what was happening. Whole families would get sick with these mysterious illnesses, being slowly poisoned in their sleep by their own fancy wallpaper. And hey, if the walls weren't gassing you, they could poison you another way, with lead paint. For centuries, lead was just a normal part of paint. And when it chipped off, it made this fine dust that, and this is super creepy, tasted sweet. It was a powerful neurotoxin. Breathing that in, especially if you were a kid, could cause serious, permanent brain damage. Okay, so poisoning the air apparently wasn't enough. If you somehow survived your killer walls, the next hot trend was poisoning your own water. Yeah, you'd actually pay for the privilege of drinking radioactive water every single day. I know, it sounds completely insane to us, but you gotta remember, in the early 1900s, radiation was this brand new, exciting, mysterious thing. And marketers, being marketers, jumped all over it. They sold it as this futuristic miracle cure. It was the ultimate wellness trend, this glowing source of pure energy and health. Which brings us to the Rivigator. It was basically a water cooler you'd keep on your kitchen counter, except its inner lining was made of actual radioactive ore. You'd fill it up with water, let it sit overnight to soak up all that, healthy radiation. And then they told you to drink at least 6 glasses of it a day. 6 for maximum health benefits. Not 1 or 2, 6 plus. And the results? It was just horrific. People's bones were literally crumbling from the inside out. They were rotting away, all thanks to this fancy health gadget in their kitchen. Okay, so let's say you survived your killer walls and your radioactive water. You're not safe yet. The dangers didn't stop when you went to bed. Nope, just trying to get a good night's sleep could be another life-threatening gamble. Let's talk about the medieval box bed. I mean, it's pretty much what it sounds like, a wooden box you slept in. It made sense at the time. It kept you warm and gave you some privacy. The only tiny problem, there was no ventilation. So it basically turned into an accidental coffin. People would just suffocate in their sleep. And that's not even counting the other stuff. In smaller homes, you had these open fires for heat, but no real ventilation. So deadly, silent carbon monoxide would just fill up the room overnight. And, well, you can imagine, entire families just wouldn't wake up. So, all of this brings us right back to where we started. After hearing all that, maybe it's time we developed a new appreciation for our kind of boring, but very, very safe modern lives. I mean, look at this. It really puts things into perspective, doesn't it? Our biggest household complaints are things like slow Wi-Fi. Our ancestors' complaints? Oh, just literal poison, radiation, and suffocating in their sleep. It's not even in the same universe. So let me ask you again, that chirping smoke detector at 3 a.m. still feel like the worst thing in the world? Or maybe, just maybe, it's a comforting little sound, a reminder that you have a gadget that's there to save you, not secretly kill you. So the next time you get annoyed about a lumpy mattress or a weak Wi-Fi signal, just remember this. Your safe, predictable, maybe even boring home, it's not just a house, it's a miracle. It's the finish line of a brutal, centuries-long survival race. And you won.